Hello beautiful people, welcome back. Let me show you guys how I get my everyday makeup. I wear this pretty much all the time. I barely ever switch up my makeup. I'll wear this day to day, but also for date night and to go out. I just think overall it's a very flattering look without it looking too heavy. This is definitely my most requested video by far, so I can't wait to get in and show you all my secrets on how to get this look. So I just washed my face and put on my favorite moisturizer. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't start doing my makeup until I put on a good playlist. I'm going in with e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer, and this will hold my makeup in place all day. If you get oily like me, make sure that you're focusing on your T-zone and around your nose. My face and neck are two completely different colors, so I'm mixing two foundations to get a shade that will match my neck. This is a matte foundation I'm using, and I really like it because it's very high coverage and super buildable. I'm using a beauty blender to blend it all in, and make sure that you're using a tapping motion versus a swiping motion. And if you're using a darker foundation like me, make sure that you're really getting in around your mouth and around your neck and underneath your chin as well. And yes, don't worry, I remembered to blend underneath my nose too. Okay, so don't mind how crusty my palette looks, but I'm using this super bright pink color on my cheeks. So going in with blush before my concealer is intentional. It makes your under eyes super bright and the transition between your blush and concealer super smooth. This is actually a trick that a lot of celebrity makeup artists use for a really seamless look. I'm kind of applying this concealer in a triangle shape because that's the areas where I want it to be highlighted. I'm bringing it all the way down to my nose and applying it in that crevice to really brighten up that crease. And you don't have to apply your concealer super perfect because we're going to be going over that with loose powder right over the areas you apply concealer. So since this loose powder is intended to highlight, I'm adding it on my chin and around the corners of my mouth, my forehead too, just to brighten up and highlight those areas. We'll buff out the loose powder in a little bit, but now I'm going in with a tapered bronzing brush around my forehead, and I'm bringing that down around my jaw area too. I'm going to be using this contour brush to carve out my cheekbones. I'm applying the bronzer with small upward motions towards my blush. If you imagine a line from your ear to the corner of your mouth, that should be the angle of your contour. I use some loose powder to clean everything up and really get her snatched. Now I'm using some setting powder that's about the shade of my foundation to buff everything in and just make everything look really seamless. Guys, so I was in desperate need of an eyebrow pencil, so I sent Mikey on a mission to get one for me. And sweet boy came back from the grocery store with the chunkiest pencil ever, so I'm just making do with it right now. I'm using gentle strokes to fill my brow to my natural brow shape. It doesn't need to be perfect because we'll touch it up after we pin the hairs in place. I'm going to be using a spoolie and Anastasia brow freeze to guide my hairs in the direction that I want them. So in the front of my brow, I'm going to be guiding the hairs upwards, and as I get further down my brows, I'm going to be pulling them up and to the side. Okay, now I know this is crazy, but I'm using lash glue to do the same thing to really pin the hairs in place because nothing works for my stubborn hairs. Let me know if you guys have a solution to this, but until then, I'm going to be using my lash glue. Once I'm done doing the same thing to my other eyebrow, I'm gonna go in with the eyebrow pencil to fill in all the areas that I might have missed. I keep my eyeshadow super simple and only use 2 shades. I'm using this light brown color and tapping it in everywhere underneath my crease. I'm going to take a darker brown shade and apply that into my crease using a swirling motion. For this next part, you can use a liquid liner if you'd like, but I like to use my eyeshadow because I think it creates a softer look, but using an angled brush, I'm going to create a small wing. I almost forgot, I used this jelly highlighter on the tip of my nose and on my bridge to highlight. So for this next part, I don't use strip lashes, I use lash clusters because I think they mimic the look of lash extensions. And overall, it just looks more natural to me, especially with the technique I apply them. So I'm using this glue from Kiss. It has a bond side and seal. I'm applying the bond just as I would mascara, and this is the tacky stuff that makes the lashes stick. So as you can see, I'm applying the lashes from underneath, and this is what gives it the look of lash extensions. I use 4 or 5 clusters on each eye. You can use all the same length if you want, but for me, I'm using a shorter length on the outer edges and longer ones in the middle. Now I'm just using the sealing agent on the other side of the tube. You could actually use this product to keep your lashes for a few days as an alternative to lash extensions. I, however, don't do that. I remove my lashes at the end of every day using this remover. I swear by this lip combo, guys. It just gives the perfect nude pinky lips. I don't really care to overline when I'm using lip liner, but I really like to emphasize my Cupid's bow. I'm going in with a pinkish lip balm just to add some moisture back into my lips before going in with this matte lip color. Finish everything up, I'm going in with a nude lip gloss to give my lips some shine. And of course I had to check my teeth to make sure I didn't get any lip gloss on there. Okay guys, and just like that, that is the final look. As always, feel free to drop any questions for me down below. It's been a pleasure and I can't wait to see you guys again in the next video. Bye!